Good morning, and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina and our fabulous guests that we have in the studio today. Tina, how are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. It is Monday morning. I had a great weekend on the lake this weekend, was able to relax, get some vitamin D, get on the boat.
You do have a little glow about you, a little sun kiss.
I got a lot of sun. I got a lot of sun.
Good for you.
Welcome to our guest.
Hi, Loulu. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Fabulous. Where are you coming to us from today?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Did you get some sun this weekend?
I always get some sun. That's the beautiful thing about living down here.
And right by your backdrop, like that's your business, is making sure people get some sun.
Absolutely. Lots of good, wellness, mind, body, spirit opportunities within travel.
I love it. I love it. And then Andre, where are you coming from?
Pennsylvania.
PA in the house.
In the house.
I love it.
Ready to rock and roll.
Awesome. Thank you guys for joining. This is our first day with guests on our new time, our new sponsors, and our new channels.
Our new network, right? We celebrated last week in an epic 3-day celebration.
That was pretty epic. I think it was pretty
fun.
3-day party.
We celebrated our new sponsors, our new network, our new time slot. One of our sponsors, of course, is Bliss by the Lake Boutique, and I am wearing one of her fabulous little frocks.
Absolutely love that dress. That is a total angel dress on you. And it has pockets and everything.
I know, it is super fun. It is super cute. So they are our clothing sponsor, outfitting Tina and I. So we want to make sure we give them some love, and we'll have to put their
buy that dress. Go to blissbythelakeboutique.com and you can purchase it.
It's only $40.
I know.
I was like so excited. I saw the little price tag. I was like, oh, this is a bargain. This is a bargain.
So I got tons of compliments on that strappy tank top that I had on the other day, right?
I love it.
Sexy neckline. I guess a lot of people love that like crisscross thing.
It's like a little peekaboo. Peekaboo of skin, but yet covered. So anyway, we love them. Super excited.
Like $28, and it was like one size fits all. I told her, "Are you sure this is gonna fit me? Because I got And she was like, "It's gonna fit," and I was like, "Oh, it does fit." But speaking of celebrations, so today we are starting a 12-day birthday countdown for Miss Angel Tuccy, because today is her. In 12 days will be her 50th birthday. Ooh. So I have something behind the counter coming right up to you. He is my little helper. Thank you so much, Jay. I love you. He opened the box and everything for you. So this is day 1 of your birthday celebration. So let's see what you got.
Oh, Tina, how did you do this? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I apologize to everybody else, right? Who just has to sit here and watch Angel celebrate. Look, I've got my bath bombs. Oh,
she's a bath girl.
I love my bubble bath. Oh, wow. Look at all this stuff in this box. Huge. Oh, I have a fun little stainless steel adult beverage cup.
Adult beverage that says
"Here's to 50 years" in this fabulous little pink. Yay. It's all pink in here.
It's all pink.
It's
that's
all pink.
That's your brand colors.
Right. And this is in this little straw.
Oh, that's the straw that goes to your, she's like, and this is, I don't know what this is.
What are wine socks?
Open them up.
Open them up? It's too pretty. It's too pretty. I don't want to mess it up.
You'll see the bottom of them.
Okay, it's too noisy to like have the plastic.
You're fine.
Am I fine?
Yeah. So in 12 days, Angel Tuccy is going to be 50 years old. She does not look like it, doesn't act like it at all. She is my co-host, my coach, my mentor, my friend. So for the next 12 days, we're going to celebrate Miss Angel. because she has done so much for so many people.
Those are wine socks. If you can read this, bring me some wine. Oh, those are so cute. Oh, I go wear them right now.
You put your feet up like that, and he can read them and know what you're doing. And you can just say,
So awesome.
And there's more. There's
there's more.
a fabulous. Is this stationery?
I believe those are candles
Ooh.
for your bath.
Wow.
So Angel is a bath and wine girl. So all of those together were her.
Wow, Tina, how did you pull this off? I'm pretty impressed because
Listen, my little helper behind the thing, him and I have been texting like nonstop for the last couple of days.
because I'm in Denver and she's in North Carolina and she's bringing me gifts in person, which is that's pretty impressive right now. I think that I was watching somebody on a screen the other day and they were talking about how they just feel even more connected to people right now because they see them so much more often and they're connecting so much more often and they're getting together for happy hours and just girl time and conversation. And then I saw somebody, she's like, Zoom is overrated. I'm like, well, you're not doing it right.
No, because we're having a good time on Zoom.
I'm getting presents over Zoom. How do you that's impressive.
Coffee.
So, Tina, that could be your 5-day challenge is how you've been able to build relationships virtually during this time because
hold on, I gotta write that down.
nobody does it as well as you do. I think a lot of folks are lost and they're struggling, but you have been able to totally build relationships and make people feel like you are right here next to us. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate you. There's many people in this world that you have touched their lives completely. And I am forever grateful. Are they candles?
I think so. Yes. Oh, so cute.
Ooh, and they're supposed to smell really, really good.
Yes, I'm sure they do.
Like, yeah, but I can't open it.
Mm.
Heavenly.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Goodbye. I have a bath to take.
I gotta go take a bath. Have a good day, guys. And this is the Angel and Tina Morning Show where we come live to you at 11 o'clock every weekday morning. And sometimes we don't even come live because Angel is going to take a bath.
I'm going to take a bath. I'll just come to you on location. Tina,
awesome.
Thank you. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I did set a goal that I was going to hit 50 miles on my Peloton. No, 500 miles.
500, yes.
On my Peloton by my 50th birthday. And I hit it over this weekend. I had my 75th ride and I hit my 500 miles. And so I felt really proud of myself and pretty accomplished.
That's pretty impressive. So you hit 500 miles since what day?
We got it like the middle of February. So
It
February,
didn't
March.
really actually start until
like the middle of March, right? Until the little.
Like you didn't actually start until the middle of March.
So
I didn't actually like Jay's toy.
100. It was. I got it for Jay. So we got the Peloton for Jay because he's a cyclist, and every time we would come home to Denver. We travel a lot. And every time we would come home to Denver, it just seemed like there was snow on the ground or ice and he couldn't ride his bike. So we got him the Peloton so that he could train because he does these week-long bike races. The MS 150, which is 150 miles over 2 days, Ride the Rockies, which is a week long, Pedal the Plains, the moon thing. There's like elephant, some rock thing. Like he does all these big races, right? So he needed to train for them. But then when the pandemic hit, and of course the gyms shut down and we were all locked in, I started riding it and I liked it. And I was never a cyclist, but I started getting these muscles in my legs I never had before. So that was good. And so I hit the goal that I was going to hit 500
That's awesome.
miles.
Congratulations.
And I did it. So I'll hit 1,000 miles by the end of the year now. New goal, 1,000 miles. So enough about me. What do you think about me? No, I'm just kidding.
What did you do this weekend? Did you relax?
I relaxed in an angel way. I cleaned my closet. I cleaned the basement.
And I might be the only, well, there may be a couple other people. might be the only people who kind of love to do this.
Yeah, that's how I relax. Like, it's Independence Day, right? So I freed myself of my clutter. And that is how I
Let's
distress.
ring.
Right? Okay, let's talk to our fabulous guests who are just here for like they didn't know they were coming to Angel's birthday party this morning. Surprise for all of us.
We won! Celebration.
Andre, what did you do this weekend?
Man, I relaxed. I relaxed. I worked a little bit, and just over the weekend it was a good because the 4th was all about independence, and there's a lot of reflection. For me, every holiday I just start reflecting how grateful I am just to feel free and to do the things that I know that I like to do and when I want to do it on my own terms. And so I just kick back and set up some things for my next 90 days in my life, and just really I had the attitude of gratitude, and I had a great frequency going. I always keep my cha-ching going just to get the energy and the aura going, in my life. And I try to stay on the side of being grateful instead of the side of complaining. And so that's what I did over the weekend.
My husband and I, we do our financial summits, and it was scheduled for this weekend. We didn't do it, but normally we do. And we plan ahead for the next quarter and start thinking ahead for the next 90 days. What are some of the things that are on your list? Because it's such a time where it's really hard to plan ahead for certain aspects of life, right? Because of everything shutting down. So what are some of the things that you thought about?
So some of the goals, I really was thinking about some of the people that are in my life, some of my family members, some of my business partners, some goals that, I want to set, because I don't want to be an impact player just in my life. I want to be an impact player in other people's lives. And so, we have a lot to be grateful for. We have some video games that we're launching in the next 90 days. We have, a launch event that we have in Baltimore, which is a physical event that we're planning on being there, and we go to North Carolina. We'll be in North Carolina, in Muscadine country, right there near Greensboro, not too far from Charlotte, in August. And so, we're not going to operate in fear in this time. So many times we turn on the TV and it's so geared to prevent you from doing the things, but the law of attraction, we can attract whatever we want. And so if we have doom and gloom, then everything on our schedule is going to be canceled, right? But if we have in our plan to go to Florida as well, July 19th, which is significant for me. And so, we're on the move. I'm on the move. I'm not operating in fear. And one of my mentors said, be careful. I said, man, we've been being careful all our lives. And so I want to be careful. I don't want to be in bondage. Independence Day, meaning I'm independent, I'm free. And, I just don't know how to be free and live in fear at the same time. And so we have a lot to do. And, this will be the biggest transfer of wealth. I really believe this will be the biggest transfer of wealth for folks like yourself, myself, and Loulu, the people who focus on keeping the main thing. And that's what I'm doing. I'm planning. No apologies. I'm not feeling bad because I feel good right now in the world of doom and gloom. Everybody has a choice. And, that in 90 days, it's going to be the greatest financial breakthrough for me and the folks that are connected to me. And I'm excited about it.
Oh, wow. Well, look, you just like inspired, like all that energy.
Motivational this morning, right?
Yeah, Mindset Monday, Motivation Monday, whatever you want to call it.
Monday. I love it. Loulu, what'd you do this weekend?
So I was actually at the local pool. So I was, just relaxing, enjoying, like Andre, focusing on that celebration of what are we going to do now, right? We can't live in fear. So, what trips can I help people plan? What focus can I give people things to look forward to? You need to not live in that tight four walls and just be like, okay, I can't do anything. Oh my God. No, see, life is going to go on. And so, we've had so many different things and it in our lifetime, right? So I'm not even going to talk about our parents' lifetime or anybody else, just things that have happened with us and we've all overcome them. So this is just another obstacle that we're just going to overcome. And we just need to learn how to manage it right. And so that's kind of how my messaging has been. So I love that Andre and I are very much on the same line.
Oh, I love it. Well, we know
Trey did his homework. He kept using our keywords. Have an attitude of gratitude.
That's the word. That's universal.
Well, I got a little birthday note from our very first guest on the show, Roosevelt Morris. He said, "Congratulations, 50 years and 500 miles. I make 50 look good."
Look at that. You make 50 look good. You do make 50 look good.
Oh, we were talking this
That at
weekend.
50 years old.
We were out with our neighbors, of course, on 4th of July, and so many of the people around me. And I think this is why I make 50 look good. I hang out with a lot of people who are in their 60s, and so that's my secret. That's my secret to,
Baby, right?
to youth is I'm the baby of the group. But I think that age and it's different than it was for the last generation and
When
for
you
our
were like
parents.
20 years old, didn't you think that 50 was like old lady?
Yeah, 50. They were old. They were
God,
old.
I'm gonna die when I'm 50. Yeah. Now here we are.
Here we are, and we're like just getting started, right?
Right?
We're just getting started. Well, we had I think it is interesting times, right? Where we're watching just, who do you believe and where do you go and what do you do and what how do you stay safe and yet still be kind. And so I haven't been traveling at all. We are going to go to Florida, but to visit. My daughters both work at Disney World, and that's interesting, right? To see if whether or not the park will open up. Of course, they are planning still, moving forward ahead, but it's and then you turn on the news and you freak out.
I do not watch
social
the news
media.
at all.
You freak out over, if you spend just 20 minutes reading through it, you're like, oh, I'm going to go back to my happy little bubble over here. Right. And
turn it off. I don't want to hear.
Right. You kind of, watch it, get the headlines, get what's going on. But I think if you, it is, who is it? Jim Rohn, right? You are the result of who you hang out with, the books you read, the people you listen to, all of that. The news is a big piece of it. And I know there's so many that they just swim in it all day and they just consume it. And of course it's going to have an impact on your health, on your wellness, on your mindset, on your business. In fact, I heard somebody this morning, he said he was speaking to somebody who is a speaker who said they're out of work. I'm like, well, they don't have to be. Right?
Yeah.
Like they don't have to be right now.
Why would they be? I mean, they're a speaker. They should be motivating other people and they should be making it look like, or showing their positivity, right? How could you be a speaker and be out of work? I'm sorry.
Be out of work.
Huh?
Right? I thought the same thing.
Yeah, you should have said it.
And I got on the phone and said, listen, all of our engagements are starting to cancel. We need to do something. Yeah. And we started the Connect Virtual Summit. And within 10 days had our first summit, 28 speakers, 2-day live event on Zoom. I think we were one of the very first ones to do that.
Wow. And now we've had 5 of them. We're getting ready to host our 6th one at the end of July. There's so much opportunity. And like you were saying, Andre, it's out of adversity comes opportunity. Who are you going to be? Who are you going to show up for?
It's up to you to decide where you're going to go. You can either take this lane or you can take this lane. Listen, we're in the fast lane. We're going. We are going.
If you're speaking about something, why don't you just apply what you're training everybody on? This is a season to see the fake folks that are out there that are just speaking for a check, or the folks that really implement and believe what they're sharing. And like you said, this is the best time. I swear, I haven't had this much fun since 2005. And because everything, seriously, I'm having so much fun. In 2005, everything I touched was turning to gold. And right now, I feel like I'm in that season that, because of the positive energy, because of, feeding our minds the right thing, because of being grateful and having an attitude of gratitude, because of sowing the right seed into different individuals, right? The right seed to expect a harvest. I mean, things are going phenomenal. It's almost to the point, ladies, that I already know the end result. Like, I know the end result of the movie is scary. It's like watching a rerun of your favorite movie. Like, what's going to happen. I already know what's going to happen. And so things are attracting. I'm so grateful. And you got to be careful now, because when you get in this era, in this space, so many other folks will start to try to glean from it that are not ready, that have not done the preparation. So it's going to be an interesting time over the next 90 days because you have to protect your space, but at the same time, you have to be aggressive and work on your relationships. This is a season of work on your relationships, not just worrying about your purpose, but you have to work on your relationships. I'm telling you, in this season. So
listen, the relationships are what's key right now. You definitely
Absolutely.
need to work on those relationships, whether it's your client relationships, your personal relationships, or your business relationships. You have to work on all three of them, or you will lose, and they will go to your competition.
Yes.
One of the things that I've been focused on is actually practicing what I preach. So if I'm gonna so as an example, I preach that you should still travel. Even within COVID times, there are ways to do it safely. And I'm doing it. I'm gonna be out next week. I'm going on a trip to Cancun, and I'm gonna go visit properties so I can film and show the viewing public what are you gonna expect? What is travel gonna be like? So that's an important piece, that I think taking away from what all of you guys are saying is we really need to have that positiveness and really focus on that.
I love it. Well, let's get to know our guests a little bit more. Andre, I'm going to start with you. I've got your bio, your introduction up. After completing his bachelor's degree, he began teaching second grade in the Baltimore City public school system. The school in which he was teaching was subject to close, and he was at a crossroads until he heard a sermon titled, "If you want to walk on water, you have to get out of the boat." Andre knew this was his opportunity to step out on faith. He decided to open a credit repair business. He started working out of his mom's basement. The real estate bug hit him, and then he began working in real estate, learned he could open his own real estate company, which is probably what you were doing in 2005. Actually, no, then you actually owned thoroughbred racehorses. You won a stakes race despite being asked to take your horse out of the race. And then you began your network marketing journey in 2005. You became the presidential marketing director, continued to soar, and to this date, you've successfully recruited over 30,000 people. That's amazing. Where does 30,000 people come from, right? Andre is well known for his amazing and personal conference calls geared to helping others tap into the greatness within inside of them. He's also ventured into professional sports. He's the owner of the DMV Warriors, a semi-professional basketball team in the ABA conference. They've actually reached the Final Four 2 seasons in a row. They received the award for Expansion Team of the Year. And after a decade in the industry, your passion is to help people build their future has never wavered. You became the first Black Diamond ambassador with Bulavita, a health and wellness company, and your goal is to help people find their paradise. You and your wife, Monique, have 10-year-old twin daughters, Logan and London, and family is the reason you work so hard to help others. Your belief in God and his family drive him every day to dream big. He believes that when you help enough others accomplish their dreams and goals, nothing but blessings will happen for you. Wow, that's very diverse past.
It is like horses and basketball teams and network marketing and real estate. It looks like all different.
And the second grade, and all from being a second grade teacher.
Yeah.
And I love your kids' names, London and Logan.
Yeah. It was gonna be London and Paris, but we changed at the end. We were in that traveling frequency, Loulu, so I changed it up.
You're trying to be like Michael Jackson, naming your kid Paris.
Yes.
You could have just named him Apple and Pear or something, too.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I believe in diversity. When you have a certain culture, you can win in anything. And I just think about all the things that I've done very well. I had no experience in it, but the one thing I did have experience in people. Really bringing a team together, putting the smartest people in front, and let them hide your weakness, and you hide their weakness, and really take approach that there's no boss here. We all work together. We're all striving for something great, and I've just been so fortunate to have some incredible people around me that make me look good, and that's what my whole thing is. Let me just find the best people, the smartest people, and put them around me. And we focus on the end result. We don't keep our mental and our physical in the same place. And so if physically I'm having challenges, mentally, I'm a mental millionaire, mental billionaire. So that's just how we are. And in my body always went towards where my mind was. But in the 3 days that I kept my mind and my physical in the same location, that's when I almost thought I slipped into depression. For 3 days, I said, what are you doing? Wait a minute. And there's so many people, ladies, they keep their mental and their physical in the same place. And that's a bad place to be. And so, I tell folks, once I experienced it, it helped me become sensitive to the folks that are really going through things and really give them a beacon in the light. And I've just been through so much over the last 12 months that I always kept my mental, my physical. And that's why I know that this is my breakthrough season.
Oh, he knows this is his breakthrough season, right?
Yeah.
When you
He
feel it
is
in the
accepting
core.
that. He is putting that into the universe.
Yes.
Okay, so this number, 30,000 people.
He's like, I can't get over this number.
That's pretty phenomenal. I think that most people, right? There's so many things, right, that keep us back and our own self-beliefs. How do you connect? What's your secret to even
Secrets of the world.
keeping going? Because I think once somebody says, oh, I've got 30, that's good enough, or I hit 300, that's enough. What drives you, or what's your secret to continuing to serve that many people?
See, small numbers like 30,000, that will be based on my dreams and goals. But because, when you connect with people and you connect with their families and you connect with their reason why, it's like that's not enough. That's only enough for self, maybe. And that's not even enough. And since then, it's crazy because I didn't update the numbers. It's been now over 100,000 people that I've had in my organization. And so I'm so grateful for that, because now I realize that the law of attraction, the whole gratitude, which you ladies have been preaching, that is so important. Most people, they complain, right? They complain about what's going on, what's on the news, protests, and they complain about so many things, but they never bring any good. If it's anything that's good, nobody's going to share it on their timeline. Nobody's going to like it. Nobody's going to comment on it. And so I train people that when you like and comment and share, you are bringing that into your subconscious. So you're really attracting what you really don't like. And so I like to share positive stuff and put, a forecast Friday and have people put on my timeline, because I'm setting my atmosphere. So even when I'm not working as hard, the universe is working for me. People have to learn how to employ the universe to work for them. Oh God, that was original. So they gotta learn how to let the universe work for them. They gotta employ the universe. And that's what I've been able to do and train other people. And so random calls will start coming to you. Random relationships, and people are just going to bring a network of 10,000 people to your circle. They're going to bring 5,000 these good people that's going to propel you to the next level. And so once you get that, man, this show, I promise you, this show, it'll be like 1 million followers on this show. But if you don't ask for it, if you don't set your atmosphere, this is one thing. A money candle, money toilet paper, books on becoming a billionaire. Yeah, you gotta have the candle.
Paper.
Money incense, attracts dinero, right? It's like, and then having it in Spanish, you gotta have everything set up. So even when I don't feel like doing something, my universe is always working for me. Or I put positive YouTubes on, or shows like yourself, and just listen. And because it's been global. Global has been in my spirit for the past 90 days, going global, really going global. And I've been to Japan and done business. I've been to Australia to do business. I've been, of course, all of the islands and Mexico, all those things. But really going global and having a global presence, and I think in this day and age, we need more levels and more examples of success. And so you have something to point to, in this time when your great grandchildren say, Mommy, Daddy, what were you doing during the greatest transfer of wealth? What were you doing? And we all have a responsibility to leave a legacy, because in this day and age, people are dying because of lack of health, underlying conditions, and everything that's going on. And at funerals, it's so quick these days. I remember back in the day in a funeral, you felt it for a long period of time. You were sad. Now, at the funeral, people are networking and handing out cards because they see so much death that is becoming regular. So how are you going to be remembered? How are you going to be? You have to leave a check. You don't have to have your name on buildings because you donated, right? Those are the things that you have to do. I want to be remembered. And so right now, while I have this time on earth, I'm not going to live in fear. I'm not going to be scared to go out my door. If something's going to happen, it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna go and live my life and do what I travel, do what I need to do, and make sure I pump myself with nutrition, make sure I boost my own immune system up. I'm not dependent on, you're not gonna put a vaccine in me. You're not gonna make me walk around with a bunch of masks and my viruses and my antibacterials all stuck in my nose. And I'm not doing that stuff, right? Whatever the 95, this is how I've been successful. Whatever the 95%ers are doing, I'm gonna do the opposite. That's what I've always done, and it's worked for me thus far. And I hopefully it will, not hopefully, prayerfully, it will continue to work for me, because I'm taking hope out of my vocabulary. I'm taking try, because that sounds like lie. I'm taking that out of my vocabulary. You know, we're just gonna make it happen, and we're just gonna do it. And everything we touch is gonna turn into gold.
I have a phrase for you, Andre. I think you'll love it. That success comes in cans, not in cannots.
Thank you. I like it. That was worth it. Hold up. I never heard that before. I'm taking the first time. I'm gonna give you credit. You know, I'm saying, man, Angel, my good friend Angel, told me, but the next time it's gonna be all mine. I'm just letting you know.
It happens to me all the time, Andre.
Okay.
In my life.
What do you think?
So passionate, and you've got to live with that fire in your belly, right?
Yeah.
We watched the movie Hamilton, or the Broadway production Hamilton, and you know, they're one of the characters in there, like, doesn't stand for anything, like, you know, he's like just smile and nod. And I was telling my son, I'm like, that's kind of how you have to be on social media, because you're gonna just get burned no matter what. Like, they're just so angry.
Yeah.
But what do you stand for, right? You know, what's important to you and what's passionate, or what are you passionate about, and you will attract the others. You will attract others. You'll inspire others to stand up, to step up, and to shout out, and to make an impact. And then
it's so hard too when you're out there, right? And you have all these people. Oh, you inspire me, and I can't wait for your post. And then you get this one. And that one,
it's always one
that tries to bring you down, and you're like, wait a minute, I got
call the delete button, remove, because it's not on my wall.
It's a ministry. It's called the block ministry.
hurting.
I have a good
the mute button, right? You can mute them for 30
right
days.
now.
That's like been my favorite thing right now.
Sometimes it's a mute, sometimes it's a block, sometimes it's, you know what, this post is inappropriate. I still want to be friends with you, but not on my timeline.
I just
very angry right now.
Block,
Very upset.
Yeah. I can't deal with the people who are like policing others.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's get to know Loulu a little bit as well, and we'll continue this conversation with the two of you. We want to make sure that Andre will let people get in touch with you and figure out how to follow up with you. And then I forgot to ask you about your video games, but I got to make sure that we introduce Loulu as well. She has 23 plus years in hospitality, travel, and tourism with companies such as the Lowe's Hotel brand, Travelocity, and Travel Zoo. She has been traveling since she was 6 months old. She's originally from New York. She's now based in Austin, Texas. She lived in Switzerland for 2 years while studying hospitality management. Like, what a fabulous place to learn hospitality management.
Yo.
Her agency, Book Here, Give Here, is 5 years old. Travel That Gives combines philanthropy with travel with no extras. Certified in wellness travel, destination weddings, honeymoons, family travel, food tourism, and multiple destinations in their expert program. She is a member of the American Society of Travel Advisors, and she's getting ready to go and do a site tour for all of us to see what it's like to go and travel this time of year, during this time.
Yes, during COVID, it's all crazy, right? So everybody's and as we were talking, people are trying to figure out, oh my God, what can I do? Where can I go? What am I going to feel comfortable doing? So I'm really here to be like a sounding board and kind of go, let's have that conversation, right? So, we talk about earlier how people are being negative and things like that and policing others. Well, here's a time that you need to kind of search inside yourself and go, what am I willing to do? What am I willing to find out? What are my boundaries? And I think that's important, because once you kind of figure out, hey, I know how to manage myself, then the rest of the world is irrelevant. And so you kind of need to focus on that. And so one of those, so I truly believe that travel is something that is more of a necessity than a luxury. And so it's something that I really focus on because it teaches you things about yourself, right? So when you go out and you travel and do things, so that's one of the reasons why I'm like, hey, let's go out and travel. And especially now, because everybody's so afraid to do everything. Andre talked about, the masks and everything else. Okay, so yes, there are going to be laws where we're going to have to mask up, and that's fine. So we follow the rules. But at the end of the day, you still, while you follow the rules, you still can go out and have a good time and remember what was normal.
Okay, so what are some things right now when it comes to traveling? Because I think like we don't know, right? And we don't even know really what to listen to or who to believe or what. So what if for booking the trips, are there anything that is different about booking trips right now? What are some of the things you want us to know? Or
yes. So one of the things that you should always be looking at is obviously having a trusted advisor on your side, right? Because the internet is great for looking, but on the booking side of things, there's so much fine print and there's so many different rules. International travel and even some of our domestic travel has rules now in regards to you need look at Hawaii as an example. You need to have a negative COVID test before arriving.
Oh.
So and even Puerto Rico.
Aren't there like certain self quarantine? Like you have, like even if you go, you have to self quarantine for 14 days?
That's a great question. So there are some areas where if you have a negative test and you're coming to that area with a negative test, you're already circumventing that quarantine rule.
Okay.
So if you don't have that negative test, that's and Hawaii is different from Puerto Rico, from the different islands in the Caribbean, and so forth. So you have to know what the rules are for how much time before you travel do you need that negative test. And then when you get to the destination, you're going to, it's basically going to be, okay, well, yes, you've had a negative test, but maybe you're still singled out and they're still going to test you. So you have to be really open and be patient. People are traveling domestically, but they're still expecting all of the things that they had pre-COVID, right? So like they're expecting their early check-ins and all their amenities and things like that. A lot of that stuff isn't going to be there. Hotels are trying to just reopen again just to welcome you back, but they don't have all their services because the laws may not allow it, or they're trying to keep everybody safe. So there's got to be a level of understanding and patience. And I think that's really important as well.
I don't think that the world has any patience right now. Like it just seems like patience is gone, like the first virtue to disappear.
And I agree, right? Because we've been cooped up. So that's the whole point of that mind, body, spirit. That's one of the reasons why you talk to an advisor and you work with somebody who is vetted, because we actually go through the process of talking to you and going, here's the expectation. Here's what, if you're not ready for this, I don't suggest you book this. And so, you have a friend who's a financial advisor, you have a friend who is a doctor and everything else, and you ask them for information. Ask a travel advisor what it is about travel that you need to know, because we're in our field, we're the experts.
Yeah, how often are they sending you, or how are you staying on top of all of it, Loulu?
Great question. So I have not stopped. Just because I haven't been booking doesn't mean I have stopped looking in the industry. And those of us who continue to stay on top of things, there's not just Facebook groups, but there's every tourism board. I personally have been doing videos with tourism boards all around the country. I'm opening up my global Rolodex to my viewers and really just kind of giving them hey, this is what you're going to expect. This is what is happening. So they're getting it from the horse's mouth as opposed to just me, right? So, and there's a lot of educational pieces that go with that. So I spend all of my time making sure that I'm well immersed, and really knowing all of those pieces, because if you don't know your business, I can't help you, right? So I have to know travel. That's,
Well,
I live
will
and
tell
breathe
you,
travel.
I've watched some groups that are, trying to put together. I've got a gal, she's trying to put together a retreat in August in Spain. I'm like, they're not gonna let me come over.
So yeah, so an American, so that's a great question. So Americans traveling into Europe. Here's the thing. Yes, the EU has blocked off quite a bit. I would say that August is probably off the table, but maybe end of fourth quarter, beginning of 2021. That's when they're probably going to be a little bit more lenient. Portugal, Spain, and Greece are most likely the three first countries that are going to allow Americans to come in.
Hmm.
So just based on the conversations, based on all of the marketing and how they've positioned themselves. And then every country thereafter will take a look.
Their own. But,
right.
you have to stay up on top of it. Like, because it can change on a dime.
Hourly.
Right?
It does. It does.
So,
a week is like a year's worth of information.
You're getting ready to go to Cancun, and Andre, I know you're getting ready to do some traveling. Are you staying at resorts? Are you staying with friends? Like, what do you?
Airbnb on some hotels and others. I've been staying. I mean, for me, like I said, I can't. It's not part of my DNA to operate in fear. And I've been preparing, boosting my immune system for the past 7, 8 years, and so I've been in the health and wellness industry for 8 years, and so I've always been proactive. There's nothing new, and so I just feel good about what I'm doing, and we're boosting it all over the place. That's why I'm coming to North Carolina, to look at our muscadine, acres of muscadine plantation that we have, and I'm excited about it. We're gonna get it out to the world. So that's why I'm just in this mindset. I'm traveling, I'm doing what I need to do. I might be with Loulu. I don't know what I'm gonna be. But I'm gonna do something, and the mind, body, and soul is so important. Just sometimes you got to take yourself out of your atmosphere for that revelation to hit you, and you got to get out, so you got to go places. So you'll lose money sometimes by not taking that trip and traveling, or going by water, or just changing your surroundings. And so
that's what I'm doing next week.
You guys having a show live from another place. I mean, that's
what we're doing next week. We're going on location. I mean, separately.
Well, it's still
Myrtle Beach next week, and I got an Airbnb. Angel will be in Florida, so we're going to be on location our first time.
There we go.
I have been an absolute mole during all of this, because I was traveling so much. I'd been on a cruise. I'd been to Hawaii or to Mexico. I had been to Disney. We had been traveling. I'd been around a bunch of people. So I started self-quarantining just out of respect, right? Because I'm like, who knows what, is in my hair, right? And so, so I started doing that early March and turned into an absolute mole. I'm like, you know what? I'll let the world go and figure it out. This has been my shift, right? To go from
you come out and you go like this. Nope, I don't want to
go. Like every single week to now staying put was a big shift for me, as far as a change in my location. And I was on top of it. I'm like, look at me. I'm like so productive. I'm not multitasking. I'm not stopping and starting again. I'm not commuting. And so it has been really productive. And I really thought this is me living in my bubble. We're all just going to quarantine for a little bit. This thing is going to go away, and then we'll be able to go back out into the world, right? But now that they started opening again and it's picking up, I went back into mole. I'm like, you know what? I'll just stay home. Y'all figure it out. Let me know when it's clean.
See you next year.
I'm like, I'm not going anywhere.
But you can go places. I mean, you just have to know how you're going to mentally manage it. And I think that's
idea. I have no idea.
So, but those are questions that you need to ask, not only yourself, but actually have a conversation. So let's have that conversation, right? So are you comfortable going into your car without a mask?
Yes.
Okay. Are you comfortable driving to about an hour or two away?
I wear mask. I wear mask when I go, because it is one of those that, to go into the grocery store, you have to wear a mask. To go to get my nails done, I have to wear a mask. And so, and I don't think I'm like, it's an hour, 30 minutes to an hour in a mask. I'm not going to, kill myself in my respiratory for wearing my mask for just a little bit, right? I am concerned that like our immune systems haven't been exposed to anything because I've just been at home this whole time. Like it'll be easier to, and I know people have gone out and they've gotten sick. I'm like, well, of course, because our immune systems haven't been exposed to anything at all to boost our immunities. Like you need the bugs to get, you need the bad bugs to fight the good bugs, and they work together, right?
To a certain extent, that is very true. But at the same time, I think that there's a lot of wellness opportunities. First of all, your brain needs to be well. And I think that if you don't start with your mind, I think Andre had said it right in terms of, that positivity in your mind. I'm not going to get sick. I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to go enjoy myself. I need a change of pace or a different environment. And so that's going to help you really get to that next level of going, I'm ready for let me go to a hotel 3 hours away. Let me see what that feels like. And then, because you're only 3 hours from home, right? So you're doing something small, and then you graduate from there to go, okay, I can do a 5-hour car ride now. Well, maybe I can do a 2-hour plane ride. And so,
actually, I'll tell you, the commuting and all of that. What is weird to me is the people are doing all the safe things amongst strangers. It's when you get around people, like there's no social distancing, the stuff that's going on there. They're like hugging and they're like right in your face, and you're like, I thought that was the point of all of this. And so I'm good with around the strangers. It's all the people I know.
He doesn't have it.
Right. So it is very, and it's so confusing. You are right, Loulu. Like who you ask and who you're listening to, don't get your news from, because now we're all experts in COVID, and we're all experts in like whatever, right? On
and we're policing each other
online, right? Where we're arguing. I think we need to show some grace and have some patience.
Yes.
And to live our lives, right? And to inspire others to live their life as well, not in fear. But it is so confusing, right? You can wear masks except you don't wear a mask. You can be open except you can't be open, right? You can do this except you can't do that. It is so confusing. And I just feel like we're being lied to, right? Like, where is the truth? Nobody really knows. And that's the piece. I'm just like, you know what, y'all go figure it out. I'm going to get my work done. I'm going to hang out with my friends, my peeps.
And in the meantime, in the last 120 days, I think we've gotten more done than
I've been so productive.
Year.
So productive. Yeah.
Listen, I normally travel 9 to 10 months out of the year.
And being negative and doing all your stuff. We're building our empire. We're building a business. We're pivoting. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're writing books. We're doing all this stuff and hosting summits and hosting talk shows. You guys go do you. We'll see you at the top.
Exactly.
You're right, Loulu, right? That you're going to go out and be like our correspondent. Like, this is what it's like at the airports. This is what it's like to get through security. This is what it's like. Like, go and be our correspondent on the spot. So you're our COVID travel correspondent coming to you live from this airport.
I'll be doing that on Monday morning. Next week, Monday morning.
From Austin, Texas airport. What do you have to say?
I will tell you that it's going to be an experience where you're going to have to be patient. I can tell you that right now. Everybody's going to be on edge and going, oh my God, you're not 6 feet from me.
God forbid you cough or sneeze.
And now you're going to have your mask on, but make sure you put it in your elbow and,
so inside your mask, and then you'll be like,
I did that, Loulu. I sneezed inside my mask and I slobbered all over my face.
You have multiple masks, so you have to keep a few of them with you. So I actually had a number of them custom made, they're in the process of being custom made, and so they actually say believe in travel. So when I go traveling, I'm going to be
That's
promoting
perfect.
exactly what
Great.
I believe in, right? Which
I
is
love it.
the heart and soul of travel. So so that's something that I'm going to be wearing during my time. And so when I film, you guys are welcome all to follow me. And
Okay, how do we follow you, Loulu?
so you can follow me through Book Here, Give Here on Facebook, on Instagram. It's official BHGH. Twitter is the same handle. And I'm on LinkedIn, so under Loulu Lima. So you can. I'm very easy.
What happens when we text travel to 21000?
So texting travel to 21,000 will get you my digital card. It'll also get you an opportunity to book a 30-minute interview with me, free one-on-ones that we can talk about, or we can talk about travel planning, whatever you guys like. But it'll give you access to me. It'll give you all of the information that you see on the screen right now. You've got my direct cell phone number, and so you can text me. So real simple. And you can see all my videos that I've done with. I've done about 55 of them now on Facebook, and I'm transitioning them also to YouTube. So you can see all the vendors and all the tourism boards and everything else that I've been talking with.
Andre, how about you? How do we get in touch with you?
Yeah, Facebook, Andre L. Vaughn, and also Instagram, which I'm just getting on, Andre Vaughn, at Andre Vaughn 22. Also for the book that I wrote, you can go to singledout.vip. Singled out, no www, just singled out.vip. I mean, no .com at the end of it. And, you know, I'm very leery about phone number stuff right now, because, you know, when you get this energy, I just don't want anybody right now.
Right.
They got to go through they got to go through some type of filter system, because it's just so special.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I have people tell me the same thing. They're like, Angel, I can't find your phone number anywhere. I'm like, by design, my darling, by design.
Because once they get into you get on a phone call with them, you're like, how the heck did you even get on my calendar?
Every now and then you get one that gets through, and you're like, oh.
You get on my
That's why I like to screen that, and so that's why I screen all of my clients, because sometimes it's not a good fit. And sometimes it's a better fit for somebody else, but that's okay. 30 minutes of my time, I'd rather share that travel time with you than waste 60 or 80.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
Andre, it's singled out.vip.
Yeah, singledout.vip.
Singled
And
out.vip,
like
okay.
I said, when it comes to like nutrition, and folks, need to boost that music. I mean, you said boost it, right? We've been having a whole, like, the shirt boosted. I'll be wearing the shirt all over the place, right? That's this M20, this boost, this the thing I was talking about, man. I'm just so
all his stuff right there, right?
I always have everything.
Toilet paper. I got my
Yeah.
I got this.
You too, right?
System. I got
Go
my
and boost your immune system before you go traveling with Loulu.
Yeah.
Like the two of them. Like, get your vitamins, get your boost, and then go out.
your travel pack, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got the travel pack, Loulu.
And listen, everybody who books with me already gets a nice, beautiful travel pack. We can add some more of those healthy pieces of it right into it. So
Right into it.
I love it. We got some collaboration.
exactly. We'll I'll be happy to share your information so that you want that extra boost.
Yeah.
We'll add it to your travel packet.
You need it right now for sure, more than ever. And I think that folks are recognizing how important their health is, right? Because if we don't have our health, it doesn't matter. Nothing else matters.
This doesn't matter. And what about all the people? Because I know I've been guilty. I just know how to combat it. The quarantine eating. I mean, my God.
Hey, don't go there.
I'm going there. Right? I mean,
like COVID-19.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like, I look on the scale every day, right? I get on the scale every day, and I know when I've been bad. And that's amazing. One bad decision, how many pounds that equates to. So if you have a week of unconscious, if you have a week of unconscious, very easy, and you can't see yourself. Other people can see you, but you really can't see yourself. And then when you look, you're like, wait a minute, I can't fit in these pants. I can't, And so we have a secret to that too, man. We have the secret to the fat loss. So we can help you.
Our bad thing is when we see each other, we might be like, oh, she gained some weight.
Okay,
you won't say nothing. No. You won't say nothing. You won't even say anything.
Ourselves. And then
Our secret has been that we haven't put on anything but yoga pants and leggings, like not real pants.
all stretching.
So we'll take a little detoxing trip.
Yeah.
I actually have a cruise that for detoxing that we're going to be doing in April of 21.
Awesome.
You detox
So-
on this cruise? What kind of cruise is that?
Completely detoxing on this cruise. Yes.
You
So
know,
that way we get healthy again.
overnight?
It goes from Montevideo, Uruguay, all the way to Cape Verde, and I'm excited because it's exactly what Andre's talking about. So it's that whole let's put all those, let's get those packets together and let's kind of move that along.
I love the collaboration once again here on the Angel and Tina Morning Show.
Matchmaker. We're the matchmakers morning show. So I love it. Okay, so thank you so much to the two of you coming in and hanging out with us. Make sure that you follow and connect with our fabulous guests. The whole reason the morning show has lived on and has been the success that it's been is because of the quality and the value that our guests bring to us every single morning. This is our, what number, 66?
66.
66. Our 66th episode of the morning show. Of course, now you can find us on the ZTV network, on
Roku, Chromecast, Android, Apple TV, Google Play, Comcast.
right?
Awesome.
7 different streaming channels. You can check it out at zondratvnetwork.com. Follow us, follow all of the different shows that are being produced. We'd say it's all about distribution. Yes, you've got content. Yes, you've got a book, you've got a brand, you've got products, you've got services, you've got courses, but you need distribution. And that's what ZTV is all about. We're so grateful to our sponsor, of course, Bliss by the Lake Boutique, our clothing sponsor. We do have our next Connect Summit. 6 is coming up at the end of July.
I can't believe July 26th. We'll be going live this week, announcing all of our speakers. And we have some new guests and speakers coming up too, because now we're up in our game a little bit. Now we're doing some VIP speakers.
I know we have our first VIP sponsor of the Connect Summit, Jeffrey Levine. He's a wealth building strategist, helping people to retire early, to outlive their money. He's just a dynamite giver. Super excited for that. There's so much opportunity right now, folks. And I know that it's so tough to figure out, like, what are you listening to? What are you putting in? But these are the business first responders that we're bringing on the show. These are the folks that are not just sitting back, waiting, wondering, and worrying. I'm the only mole in the group, right? Everybody else is that business first responder, and they're out there making waves, right? And sometimes it just starts with that little stone, that little ripple, right, that you throw into the pond, but we are making tsunami waves, and you get it right here on the morning show with Angel and Tina every single morning. Tina, I'm just so excited for my birthday celebration, my birthday bash that you kicked off with it this morning.
You are very welcome. We started Angel's 12 days of birthday celebration today. If you guys want to be a part of it, let me know. I have 12 days, well, 10 days. It's during the weekday only, so that way we can celebrate with all of you guys, fabulous people. Okay, Jay, when you see her with these socks on, if you can read this, bring me wine.
Those are the cutest wine socks I've ever seen.
Right? Aren't those so cute? I've seen that. I was like, oh my God, I got to send this to her.
Oh,
so every day for the next 12 days, say happy birthday to Angel. Put some positive motivation things on her wall. Let her know what you have done, what she has done for you, because she is such a humble person, right? If you know her, she's a very humble, very, very humble person. But I'm Tina Torres, the gratitude specialist. That's why when you keep saying the attitude of gratitude, I was like, oh, he must have did his homework.
That's just me.
I teach you how to create clients for a lifetime, turn those clients into raving fans and referral partners, and increase your cash flow all at the same time. You can text the word connection to 26786, where you can get your 7 ways to increase your cash flow right now by doing 7 easy things that you can implement into your business today. and you can build those relationships that matter, because relationships are key to any business success. So we are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 11 o'clock Eastern. Thank you, Zandra TV and Bliss by the Lake Boutique, our very first sponsors. We will see you guys tomorrow for day 11 on Angel's birthday bash celebration.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
You. Bye-bye.
Bye.